北京时间2023年9月24日，在英国伦敦温布利体育竞技场迎来了张之磊与乔伊斯的二番战。这场比赛也是让人非常的期待。从张之磊一番战击败乔伊斯之后，乔伊斯是非常的不服气，立马要求二番战。一番战是今年的4月16号，时间也就过去了5个月。二番战正式打响，在市场重量级200磅加 94.25 公斤，一场非常精彩的比赛啊！最终有一位被残暴 KO。接下来看一下今天的2位选手。今天的3位主裁判，有一位是中国澳门的，场裁依然是史蒂芬·格雷，和一番战没有变。现在介绍的是乔伊斯，来自英国，实力很强的选手，今年是38岁，身高1.98米，臂展2.03米，体重是281.2磅，比一番战重了25磅，战绩非常的牛逼，15胜1负，14场 KO 对手，唯一输的这一场就是输给了张之磊的一番战，是一位妥妥的重炮手。不过他今天的对手啊非常的强，来自中国荷兰，具有大爆炸之称的张之磊磊哥。现在介绍的这位就是大名鼎鼎的张之磊，目前是 WBO 过渡拳王。磊哥闭着双眼，闭目养神，为了这一场比赛，他也是做足了准备。今年是40岁，身高1.98米，臂展2.03米，体重是287磅，目前的战绩25胜1负1平，20场 KO 对手。输的这场比赛是在点数上输给了赫尔戈维奇，当然是一场非常有争议的比赛，两人的身高体重臂展几乎是一模一样。接下来看一下这一场精彩的对决，谁被对手残暴 KO。
The reigning and defending WBO interim heavyweight champion of the world, Zhang Big Bang Zhang.
Full break, you take one step back, don't throw punches on the back of the head, protect yourselves at all times, touch gloves, good luck.
In the first fight, what does he have to do differently tonight, Richie?
The main thing is he's got to move more to his left, and straight away that's what he's doing. Look, straight away he's moving to his left hand side, moving away from the left hand punch of Zhang. Last time out, Fletcher was just a little bit too static. There was no head movement, and he kept on moving to his right and walking onto the right hand. So look, the tactic is plain to see. Movement to the left, jab across Zhang's lead hand, and then bring him onto that right. The key is to keep your foot on the outside. If you keep your foot on the outside, that brings Zhang then round onto his right hand, his backhand. Likewise, that's what Zhang will try and do, move him onto his backhand by keeping his foot on the outside. It's who can keep the lead foot on the outside, which will change the direction of movement of the opponent, which is important to land the backhand.
Zhilei Zhang is 40, Joe Joyce was 38 on Tuesday. He said to me yesterday that he's coming as heavy as he has because he wants to do more damage to Zhang. He says that all of the problems that existed in the camp prior to the first fight have been sorted out. He says he feels good at this weight and he's ready to go.
Well, we shall see. He's 25 pound heavier, remember. He needs to box with a little bit more speed in those legs, most certainly. The pace was too slow and it suited Zhang down to the ground last time. Moving to distance, then throw that right hand. It's a little bit of a tentative start from Joe, but the movement's better. He's got to keep that going. And just watch out for the right hook if he's moving to the left also.
Joyce in the white trunks trimmed with orange, the black and gold for Zhilei Zhang. Joe Joyce beaten for the first time as a professional in the first fight. And he's got to do so much differently tonight than he did when the two fighters met before. A defeat tonight, you feel, would be catastrophic for Joyce's career. Zhang comes here full of confidence, knowing that he's got the power and the ability and the style to cause Joyce a tremendous amount of problems.
Straight right hand to the body is probably the shot also for Joe Joyce here tonight. Fletch, especially at the moment, he's just a little bit too far out, so he's got to get a little bit closer. That's why his lead hand has got to be used as that measuring tool, and then just to throw that right hand, but probably downstairs to the body.
One thing that is significant is that the eye was damaged by the end of the first round when they met for the first time, an injury that ultimately ended with Joyce being stopped by the doctor. And he's been on the outside. He's not really been prepared to commit himself in this first round at all. He's just feeling things out, having a look at things, and probably working out exactly what he has to do and what he's going to do in there against a man who he knows has the power and the ability to hurt him.
Zhang, you can see, just waiting for Joe to come over that front foot.
OK, Steve Bunce is with us ringside. He's come down to join us. Steve, give us your thoughts. We've seen a round. Joe was tentative in there.
We've seen Joe moving, we've seen Joe sensible, we've seen Joe thinking.
Power punches per round, and he cannot allow that to happen tonight.
No, he can't. The pace was too slow in the previous contest, and it suited Zhang. Plus, his movement was all wrong. He was making fundamental mistakes. But straight away, he's learned from it, and again, he's straight on the outside, moving round to his left. So it's a different type of contest once he moves to his left, because he's moving away from that big left hand. And actually, Fletch, Zhang, you can see the confidence in him. He's waiting just to spring the attack, and that may give Joe a chance to land the right hand if he can bring Zhang over the front foot.
Well, Zhang was quite clear in what he intends to do tonight. He says he feels the eye isn't completely healed. He's going to target that again. And he feels the same tactics from the first fight will pay dividends again this evening. We just wonder at which stage we're really going to see Joyce commit himself for the first time, something to this point he's been reluctant to do.
He has been reluctant to do, and he's just a little bit too far out to land the right hand at the moment, but so is Zhang. So Zhang is playing the waiting game. He's waiting for Joe to come over the front foot. That was the first one, but that didn't actually hit the target. So if Joe's going to get a little bit closer, he's got to use his double jab to close the gap and then throw that right hand.
Joyce, of course, has to deal with the psychological demons as well. The damage that was done to him by the power of Zhilei Zhang in the first fight, the destructive damage around his eye. Can he overcome that issue? Triggered the rematch clause pretty much straight away. This was the only fight for him, but now he's in there. Reality bites, and Joe Joyce has to prove that he's got what it takes to get revenge tonight and win this rematch.
Well, you know what though, Fletch? He's doing the opposite to what everyone thought he was going to do here, Joe Joyce. Everyone thought Joyce would come over.
Oh, really good shot, left hand. Zhilei Zhang, same as the first fight. Joyce walked straight onto it, and he was stopped in his tracks by that hammer of the left hand from Zhang.
He was just a little bit slow to react, and he's got him caught again. He's got to react quicker when Zhang comes forward.
History in danger of repeating itself here. Joe Joyce troubled in there. Joe Joyce hurt in the second round here by that straight left hand of Zhilei Zhang. Maybe lessons haven't been learned. Joyce looks to fight back. He says the extra weight gives him more power and he can push Zhang back, but so far it's been the man from China who's settled the quicker.
Yeah, and it's the same approach again. Now he's got to move his head. There's no head movement again. Zhang, he's probably fancying this, but there is opportunities for Joe to land that right hand. He's just got to be quicker with his reactions as Zhang's coming forward.
Zhang is so big and so strong and so awkward. Joe Joyce has to fight fire with fire in there, but he has to avoid that left hand. Zhang missing wildly with that one. There's a left hand that gets through. Joyce has to take a backward step, but he's caught again. These are extremely worrying moments here in the second round for Joyce, who's feeling the full force of Zhang's power once again. And there's the bell, and that's going to relieve Joe Joyce, because he took a bit of a barrage in there.
Zhang, as he's coming forward, finding Joe hitting the target there. Joe couldn't just get out of the way of them. What's this for a left hand? Bang through the button. That's a great shot there from Zhang. Keeps it going. Caught Joe, and it was the same as it was in the first fight. Slow feet, no head movement. Literally, Joe is walking onto these shots again, and there's no reaction from him as Zhang is coming forward. So it's more of the same.
What I was amazed at there, if you don't mind me saying so, was how Joe seemed to freeze. He was half clipped with a shot, half clipped with a second shot. And then Joe, I know he's got that right hand a little bit higher to protect himself from those counters, but he just seemed to freeze when he was caught 2 or 3 times there. That shows to me, Richie and Flex, that he...
The left, he's very, very static. We spoke about it before in the first.
What I would say is there's been more than a minute between the rounds. I don't know what's happened to the timing. That was in excess of a minute. Now let's see what Joyce can do in the third, because the second round was Zhang's round, and of course he can be patient, Richie, because he knows he's got the power and the method to beat Joe Joyce.
He's got the power, the method, and also the confidence, just waiting to land that shot. But he's doing exactly the opposite to what we all thought he would do. We thought that Joe Joyce would go forward and really put it on Zhang. He spoke about being heavier, and he wanted to really mix it up and get to Zhang and make that extra weight pay. But certainly, with the slow pace, it's suiting Zhang again.
Joyce at the moment looks tentative in there. Looks a little bit gun-shy from the first fight. Needs something to happen for him to give him some confidence.
Just got to double up a little bit, Cliff. Double jab, right hand, gets caught again.
The spray went cascading off the head of Joe Joyce. The better work in the early stages coming from Zhilei Zhang, who's pretty much picked up where he left off in the first fight.
Just a little bit too slow again, isn't it, from Joe Joyce?
Joyce throwing punches, but he's not really throwing punches with any mean intent in there. He seems to be holding them back, Richie.
He's not committing, is he? There seem to be more arm shots, if anything, and he's just staying on the outside. Where when Zhang lands his left hand, he puts everything into it. He really means it.
Joyce renowned for the granite chin before the first fight with Zhilei Zhang, but he looks troubled in there. Big left, right down the pipe again. Zhang looks to unload. Joyce's face starting to redden. Cannot avoid the left hand. Seemingly lessons haven't been learned. Zhang teeing off on Joyce in the third round. All of the scoring punches, all of the power being shown by Zhang.
Yeah, better shots, quality shots from Zhang. Accurate, and the confidence is with him. But again, Joyce a little bit tentative, Fletch. Got to throw caution to the wind here and just double that jab up, throw that right hand and actually get to Zhang. But he's on the outside, and again, slow footwork, and it's suiting Zhang again.
Early signs here, not good for Joe Joyce at all. Zhilei Zhang in complete control, looking confident and fluid, and landing those big shots with his left hand at will. Final stages of the third round.
And you know what, Fletch, he looks 25 pound heavier because he looks so slow, cumbersome in there. Joe Joyce, you know that Zhilei Zhang also has put a little... Also has put a little... Also has put a little...
What a shot! Right hand! Joe Joyce face down!
太意外了，没想到磊哥如此的爆炸，竟然强悍 KO 对手。一场非常精彩的比赛，让人万万没想到，乔伊斯竟然被磊哥重拳 KO，输的还不如一番赛，非常的惨。